the way I see it is, there's three possibilities of what's going to happen. Either something insanely fucking weird's going to happen, and continue the story into Chapter 8 by nuking this world and we start over again. We somehow got past, quote-unquote, fate, and the story continues into Chapter 8 to go in about what the fuck was causing all this, and hopefully stop that from happening again. Or, finally, the absolute final option. We just all get screwed over anyway, and it just never has any real resolution at all. Wow. I don't see any band-aids. I wonder. Probably not, but... Nope. Original didn't even have anything representing the injuries. Where the hell did she get a bucket? Seriously. Where did she get a bucket? It got back. It's all restored. Everything is good again. A man of legends. Now everyone's gonna want to marry him. Now, where's the camera guy and the nurse? We gotta make sure they don't get horribly oofed. It's like, here's what I would probably do. I would probably try to convince them to stay with someone. Like, don't wander away. Just stay around here. Stay a while and listen until it's, you know, like 7 a.m. in the morning. Ugh. Oh yeah, and there's the whole auction thing. Was that before or after the ritual thing? Me. By the way, Leo, you're going to be joining in the VR gaming later today? Like I said, that's 7 in my time. It's 11:54 at the moment. But yeah, I plan on trying to probably go up to like 6:30-ish. I'm going to hop in for that. I'm going to be starving to death, though. I hope you know how much I'm starving to death. I'm going to be so hungry, I could eat a cow. Hopefully we don't, like, go through the whole thing individually. Because, I mean, we already did all this once. We don't need to do it all for the 5 millionth time. The token map. I should be able to. Well, with that stuff you were using last time, or your slime tracking? I keep forgetting when you say the slime trackers are supposed to come in. Nothing against those things you were using before in that ice skating world, but I don't know, those looked really janky. I mean, if it makes you happy, it's all cool, but I don't know, they look too janky for me. Like, I noticed when your feet kept, like, bending inhumanly, like, more closer to your backside. Probably. Because you'll probably be doing way more T-posing, because Caliban used to have those. Caliban used to have slime trackers. Had to do calibration a lot, so... Praise the T-pose will become your praise of the sun. Good thing my avatar has a T-pose option. Yeah, because they lose where they are, and they're like the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. Like, they don't, like... So, you know, I played Skyward Sword last year, if you don't know, Leo. And I played the Switch version. I never played the Nintendo Wii version. And when I beat the Switch version, I was wondering, like, which of the two control systems was most preferable? And when I researched it, a lot of people said the Wii version is a lot better when it comes to its controls, for the most part, with a few minor differences. But when it comes to the overall, the motion part of it, like, the Wii was more recommended over the Switch. Because the Switch, kind of similar to the slime trackers, you have to Wii Cowboy constantly. I mean, dude, I don't even want to imagine how many times I had to Wii Cowboy the fucking things. It's probably the most negative thing about the whole fucking experience is just having to cowboy it over and over again. I mean, honestly, I think I'd just rather stick with fucking base stations, honestly. I get, like, you know, if the base station dies and shit, that sucks, but, like, I feel like that's at least more accurate. But I'm not saying one can't like the slime tracking, because, I mean, after all, that's one component less you have to mess with. But then again, you could argue if you have a bunch of wireless devices, that might fuck with it. I hear that's a common problem, actually, with slime tracking. I mean, I don't know firsthand, obviously, but... So, yes, there is the option to use the controller, but then you can't use the white analog stick. Now, I do know that, obviously, you know, if you were in the N64 era and the Wii era, you know, like, that was actually pretty common to play Zelda using the Z lock-on thing to swap around quickly. But, I mean, that was a long time ago. Like, Twilight Princess, like, I got Twilight Princess when it was brand new, so let's see, when did Twilight Princess come? Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess originally came out in 2006 in November. 2006. Damn, I'm fucking old. What the fuck? I'm old. That was fucking 18 years ago. The fuck? But, yeah. Been a long time since I've played in that kind of style. So, it's gated, so it's like your arm is the analog stick. Oh yeah, like, it would work way better in VR. Ah, shut up, you're old. Whoa! That was 18 years ago since the last time I actually played a mainline Zelda game! I think. Was there any other Zelda games I played between then and now? I don't think there was, actually. Wow, I didn't really think it'd been that long since I played an actual mainline Zelda game. Like, shit. Yeah, because I never played any of the 3DS ones. The 3DS or the DS ones. I have them. I have a Japanese version of the train one, though, because that thing went woo through the roof. Oh, there I go. You know, I'm pretty sure, like, the only Zelda game I don't own to some capacity is, what was the GBA one called again? You know, with the talking hat. The Minish Cap. The Minish Cap. Sadly, I passed too long on the Minish Cap, and it became also really expensive. So, that's one I do have on my way off wanting to get. But, yeah. Point is, it's been a long time since I've played that way. So, obviously a little weird for me to suddenly, like, be like, oh, I don't have a white analog stick to control the camera. I mean, I could have forced myself and adapted. But, like, I was pretty much, like, my decision on going with the motion control was, the game was designed with motion control, so I think I should just go with motion control. And to be fair, like, I did like the motion control when it did work. It did make a lot of things better, as long as it was always calibrated properly. Now, I did see some people say you have to calibrate the Wii version as well. Just, it's not as much, but I don't know. Gobble. But, yeah. A part of me kind of thinks I would have been curious to have tried out, okay, I'm glad it's kind of fast-forwarding through this. Thank you, I appreciate it. A part of me is kind of curious, like, I wonder how my thoughts on it would have been if I forced myself to have done the, control system. Indeed, Freedom Day. Freedom. Hey, the detective's here. I'm still not used to him having killed art. I wonder if he's going to actually, like, look into the mortal thing. Yeah, you've literally, like, this is the first time you actually came here, as far as me as the player is aware of. You bastard. He's a creep, get him! I heard you battled the hag in an epic battle of death and life. Here, it's all good. Everything's fixed. Time is restored. Balance. I still need to, like, play through Metroid Prime. I got, like, all the way, like, to, like, really close to the end, and I don't remember. Like, I think I just couldn't figure out where to go, and I just kind of, like, gave up or something. I don't quite remember. I remember I was really fucking far. I got really far, and then just, I don't know, I just didn't end up finishing it. It was a long time ago. Hey, wait a minute, I didn't do that. I was looking at my chat. Hey, whoa! Ah, I didn't get to read that! Hey, what? I didn't get to read that! Somebody send me the manuscript! I've been robbed! I was looking at my chat! I can't quite remember. Maybe it was something that was too hard. After all, I'm not an expert at FPSs. And we're talking about the GameCube era. I was like in late high school. I was definitely not into FPSs then. Maybe it was just something really hard. I mean, I do remember not really liking fighting the Sky Pirates. I just remember it was really fucking far. Like, I remember looking at guides, so it wasn't necessarily like I was lost. It was just like, I don't know, like, either something I didn't understand or something was hard. I don't really remember exactly. I mean, we were talking about a very long time ago. I mean, just think, if the original Twilight Princess was 18 years ago for me, just think how fucking long time ago Metroid Prime was. And we're talking about original Metroid Prime. GameCube Prime. Not Wii, not Switch. Father was like, oh, it's not a big deal. You have my permission to enslave my son for the good of mankind. I can't remember, I'd have to look. I got something on the Wii when I did thrifting before. I can't remember if it was the... Wasn't there a collection of 1, 2, and then you had 3 separate? I think? Can't quite remember. Let me get my list here. My little list. My little list. I have a wee little list. You know, I don't have any Metroid games under my belt when it comes to being beaten. I own quite a few of them, I just never beaten any of them. Let's see. It's the DS ones. It's the 3DS ones. The NES one. It's Super. Prime. Other M. Okay, I had Prime 3, so technically I don't own Metroid Prime 2 then. So I own Prime on GameCube, and I got corrupted on the Wii. But I don't have Metroid Prime 2. And I don't have... No, I do have Dread. I got it from the GameStop Black Friday thing. I got gypped because they didn't give me the wheel cover, the bastards. That's why I don't really mind screwing them over. The bastards! It's not new! It's not the actual cover art! What do you mean it's new? Of course it's not new! You gave me display cover art, you bastards! This is why I have no real care of screwing over GameStop in all the legal ways I can. Maybe I should start dumpster diving and selling them games back to them again. Yeah, we keep mentioning like his artwork, but nobody ever's seen any of it. Oh, and where have you been? Can't see the two ain't going to sneak into the storehouse because they all got in it. So, oh, I don't want to miss this. I was going to look at chat here and make sure another new popped up. Okay, no new comment. Wouldn't it be weird if she was doing it herself for some reason? Like, I don't ever want you to grow old, so I'm just repeating time forever. And there we go, chapter 9. My lord. What I got here? What? What? I'm not very good at remembering everyone's spelling for the last name exactly. With a T. I mean, this is obviously some, like, god-worshipping cult shit. See, Japan likes to use first name as, like, a friendship kind of greeting or love greeting. Basically, if you're business or strangers, you go by last name. See, I know that's not how her last name, so that can't be her uncle. Right? Unless, well, no, because the uncle should have kept his normal original name. Glauc. I mean, the nurse's first name begins with a T. The uncle's first name begins with a T, but he doesn't, like, the last name isn't spelled that way. Yeah, now they're talking about the whole mortal thing. Hmm. I mean, he does have a T too. I was... Hmm. Do we know either of the last names? I don't know if anyone's ever mentioned the last names. Oh no, did they on that fucking die again? No. No, in on it! Is it? Hmm. Could be. See, in Japan, you normally... Business and strangers, you use last name, and very close friends, family, and that will more likely, like, trusted people are more likely to use your first name. So, That's an interesting question, too. Is that even their first or last names? That's a good question, actually, because with Japanese culture, I mean, nobody's referred them anything else. I mean, they used, like, slang nicknames, but they're, you know, based on those. That's a good question. Ah, fuck. We know the uncle's first name. Because their last names were the H. The note, like, when you write a note, Japan usually does, like, last name, first name. So the T should have been... But then again, also the localization, depending on how the localization did it, they may have flipped it or something to be more Western. But, you know, considering it's deeply steeped in Japanese culture, that would be stupid. And she straight out mentions the L5 thing. See, I didn't even think about that. I figured, you know, they will, knowing enough each other, they will probably using, I don't know. Now there's too many factors to really know what the fuck it could be referring to. I'm pretty sure the letter was telling us a first name, and then the T as a last, no, it was telling us a last name, and the T is supposed to be the first name. But, because obviously, like, hmm. Think. It's wavings of some kind of fucking religious fanatic. Taboo. I'll use a taboo. But, you know, considering how he is, you would think he would be taking this a little bit more serious at this point. But you're all alone in this. Maybe you should get everyone else to be like, please, you gotta convince them. No, don't give up. That's what this whole chapter's been about. Yeah, that's an idea. There you go. Don't give up. Yes, I'm sure, damn it. Oh. Hmm. Oh. Oh. And you know, you would think the fact that would be the case would be a reason to actually take it slightly more serious. Hmm. Good. Yeah, that's why he was quick to jump on the whole virus thing and parasite shit and stuff. Till it got too ridiculous of being like, oh, aliens? Okay, that's where I draw the line. See, what's interesting is he got beat up. He had bruises on him, so who attacked him? Hmm. I hope she doesn't start her own problem from this. Hmm. Hope for the best. Now here's a possibility. Maybe no one dies, but she still gets murdered anyway. And then the whole thought process of them being killed to get to her would be proven false then. That's true. It would only be heightened more. I mean, I don't really understand. Like, she's doing this because she doesn't want her to die, but then she doesn't really seem to actually care about fixing anything. That's why, like, I have this small little, like, idea. Like, wouldn't it be, like, really sick and twisted if she was actually some reason making this happen? Yeah, I mean, trying to fucking fix something. Oh. Adult reasons. See, I think there's two things to be note here. On what was it, chapter 5? 5 was way more the uncle, right? Chapter 3 was from the main character's perspective of the whole family modeling shit. No, I think no 4. No 3. Wait, no 3 was. Yeah, 3. No, 2, oh man, it feels so long. I don't even remember what chapter's what anymore. Whatever, the chapter where the main character killed the uncle. Remember, we went into the North. She had a bike in her car and was by herself, which was all very weird. Especially since she wanted to be quote unquote, you never saw me. Okay, the third one. Okay. I'm like, I not even remember what the fuck was what anymore. Let's follow them. I wonder if they'll die differently. See, technically, we never knew where they were going when they left the festival, so it's interesting he mentions they're going to the hospital. I wonder if that was always their destination each time. So, when I made my guess at suspects, the Norse was kind of high on my choice because I just thought, here's my logic for finding the Norse still suspicious. during chapter 6, you know, most things, I think I said something before like this. A lot of the stuff have been cleared up with different reasons, misunderstandings, or the fact being afflicted with this L can cause you to become an untrustworthy narrative. But yet, one of the weird things that still lingered from chapter 6 with no real explanation is her time of death. According to the autopsy, she's already been killed, if you remember. She's dead right now, in a barrel burnt away. According to the time of death. But there was nothing that logistically countered that. All the cop did was clearly just, you know, somebody fudged the numbers or something. And I don't really buy that. This game has made a lot of red herring trails. And, you know, if I wanted to hide something, I would try to, well, obviously not bring a lot of attention to it. So the fact that they tried to, like, oh, it was a mistake, just kind of makes me feel more suspicious of it. But then again, if I was a really crafty developer, I would do something like that on purpose to mislead you and then go, aha! I don't know. It's a tricky game. It's a tricky minefield of who got who. Do you got life? It's a mystery. Shudingo's cat. That was used in 999 as well. Oh. Wait there, wait. There was, yeah. Well, she's definitely acting very concerning right now. day my dream comes true. About the sunlit realm. Okay, well, this looks like this is turning out really bad. The people that attacked him. The autopsy showed that he took damage on his body, and it clearly seemed to indicate multiple people and not just one. But why? Why are they doing this? It just... But if this is the case, this means that my assumption about the Norse is probably right at this point, because she seems to be like a bomb with a lit fuse. and that leads to his death. So that's... So, assuming this isn't a red herring somehow, which at this point, I'm not sure how that's going to be the case. So, in a way, I saw some important clues in. Her being caught on the car drive after the festival was definitely a very suspicious thing that I pulled up a few times, so that ended up being important. However, the time of death thing isn't explained. Then I'm not sure if that even will be important. It's funny. What the fuck? Well, I was giving my possible scenarios. But like I said, it won the most suspicion. Why was she so obsessed with not wanting to be known or seen on the night of the uncle being murdered? And the whole time of death is, well, still a mystery. It didn't ever get a resolution. And considering at this point in the game there was so many weird things happening, there was no way I was going to ignore the fact that that was suspicious. So we get to see the events of him dying, basically. Oh, shit. Wait. Is the syndrome... So the syndrome, I'm assuming, is the L. So if the syndrome is a... Could it be that whatever they inject him with is the syndrome? Could he be patient 0? No, because, I mean, if the syndrome is the L shit, then it means it's all way affecting one known person, and they were always suspicious of the preschool possibly being affected by it. So that one, but that it could still be a maneuver to try and get people affected, though. Why would they want some horror to go on here? Like, what's the goal here? L3 patient. Okay, so I think what they mean is level. They're level 3. So level 5's considered extreme. So what's level 3 in, like, what are symptoms of 3? If level 5 is basically like becoming insane essentially. H173. No. Was he in her fucking truck that night? The trunk? That trunk? Hmm. Going to die. What the hell? Into the car and away she goes. Yeah. So, when we were in the car, she was leaving. Oh, wow. What the fuck convinced her to help us? I guess the reason she helped is because if she didn't, maybe it would make her look suspicious. But then again, she just said she's gonna go die. So either A, she knew exactly what she was talking about when she told them about that, or B, she doesn't know. And we're gonna find out. Hopefully the patrol car's still out, though. The irony. Hey, I called out that being all weird, too, you know. Boom, boom, boom! What the fuck is wrong with her? Could it be a doppelganger? Or could it be possible maybe she stole? Like, what if this isn't really her? Like, she killed the real one, murdered her, and then continued on as her. But that would be hell of a convincing, like, having to convince people of that. Hmm. Hmm. So how did they identify it then? Well, I mean, it is like the early 80s. Maybe, like, I'm not sure what DNA technology was like back then. I guess you could argue maybe it was really hard to. I mean, I would imagine they had teeth, like, teeth comparisons they could do. Hmm. I do semi-remember the officer talking about being hard to identify the body. Actually, if I remember correctly, they were waiting for dental records, actually, in one of the chapters when I think about it. But I can't really remember what came of it. So that explains the dead body then. So it was a mistake. It was just someone else's. But still ratted her out for being suspicious though. Ha! I don't really remember what they said about the dental record. She said she dreamed of this. They did. That's true. They did think it was a mistake. But from the player's perspective, who's trying to find fact from fiction, narrative truth from narrative lies, it left a hole in everything. Now she's really interested in her. Because she predicted it. Yeah, but the doctor was saying it for a different reason. And that's what led to that. And that made us think the townspeople did. Hmm. Wow, he just immediately thought of all. Oh, never mind. Well, it's amazing how they set this all up and they started a whole... Because, I mean, basically the whole suspicion that the town attacked him just completely misled the entire investigation. From beginning to end, like, the whole investigation was already compromised. Like, sheesh. I'm really curious to remember what the fuck the dental record said. Everything's playing out just like that one time. No suspicion. Shit. Apparently it was somewhere. Wow, you know, it's hilarious. When was the first instance we saw this? Because this basically... He just basically called out who's behind this shit, basically. So, here's my theory. She's a lunatic cultist. And... she said her dream. So, I'm wondering... Did she foresee everyone's deaths, and she's just reenacting them? Like, in theory, she could have been behind all the mortals, and for some reason, she was just obsessed with doing them. Now, why? That I don't know. Yeah, that's a lie. Well, that's, I'm glad one of my guesses was accurate. Now the question is why? Is she insane? Is it just a cultist thing? So, we didn't get the happy ending. The timeline is likely going to end. Yeah. In other words, you changed it. You changed it. Even if it was a little, it changed. It's the first time it changed. Ooh, suspicion. And that means they would have saw the bicycle. They went the same direction, but we only saw a car. Yes, this might not be completely fucked. Because from our perspective, we've figured it out to a certain extent. But they haven't. If this timeline's fucked, it's a pawn for them to figure out who's behind this. So having her be suspicious is... Come on. Needs more Bell information than that. But it's an interesting possibility, isn't it? The prophecy. It's a really good cover-up. After all, you know, just like the main character said, you know, if you go poof, and there's nothing there, who's gonna be suspected? You're dead. Who's gonna care? There's nothing left, so. But if she's still actually alive. But it's creepy when you think about it. But it's important for her to understand this possibility, because then she can go into a new timeline knowing. No, no, no! Listen to him! He's white! Yeah, the dental records. Yeah. I mean, well, things are getting interesting. And I bet we're gonna meet her. But where would she go at this point? And the dogs are watching me. That means they know I'm probably talking to him as it is. They probably don't suspect anything too crazy, though. But then again, she has an interest in me. Oh no. I'm sure you don't want the police to be involved. Wrong person to tell. Don't listen to them. Ah, oh, shit. You know, this is so weird. It's like, now we know who's behind a lot of this shit, and we're just like, no, realize it with me! Figure it out too! And that's why he took the suicide pills. Well, not suicide pills, but sleep. That's why he overdosed. What to do, what to do. You know, when budget cuts happen, murder someone! Because that solves problems. He's nervous as fuck. It's making so many new things make sense now. That's the question we don't know. Oh shit. But it's not gonna pain him. Because obviously he's gonna tell his boss, be like, the priest goes, blabbing weird theories. Ba 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 ba. Exactly. And you can't trust him. Wait. Oh, I see what the game's doing. Maybe I might be going too blood rush into this. Is it possible? Is it possible we might need to be careful of the narrative here? I don't know, this is seeming pretty interesting at this point. But, I mean, they could pull the whole, haha, you went crazy. Everything was perfectly fine. But I don't know, I feel like we're too far in the game for them to do that again. An interesting theory. Think about it. If I'm in the den of my enemy. See, even her own self is questioning whether so she knows more about this disease than she let it on. I mean, it would make sense to be fair. I mean, she's so mentally 100 years old. What can we do? Oh, pfft. Leo's spoilers! Ban him! Take him out! Get him! Security! He's conforming theories! Get him! Take him out! Spam fireballs on him! Take him out! Security! Very interesting, though. I mean, I think it's very unlikely they're gonna do the red herring fucking shit in this. Because, I mean, they basically spent a whole chapter explaining the whole problem. So, doing it again would be kinda narratively lazy. Especially since, you know, we spent a whole chapter getting to this point. Hey, I'm just throwing out the possibility, but I thought it was very unlikely. And not saying it's impossible, though. But I am very curious to understand why she did any of this shit, though. Now the question is she involved? So I guess some of the questions at this point is she involved with the past instance, or are those just coincidences? And this is what she's doing. Like, I don't know. She said she mentioned a dream, so considering everyone's had dreams of past lives and making it change their outcomes of choices, it's probably safe to say she's retaining memories from past universes too. Question is, why did they kill her? Don't give up. It's important to understand what's going on. It might, but if we can gain knowledge, If we can gain some knowledge, it'd be worth still living it. What to do? What can we do? Always ends. If you can figure out who's doing it, you could greatly change the... You would have a huge advantage. Well, you had two people get supposedly murdered, so... Yeah, yeah, it's good for you. I mean, everyone's inner dialogue is always thinks of that as you. Everyone has the right to be happy, yet it's so hard to receive. Everyone has the right to be happy, yet it's so hard to fulfill. I have the right to be happy, yet it's so hard to Hmm. 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 Gonna be one wild ass story. Holy shit, it's been 2 hours and 24 minutes. Wow, that's that was a lot. And there's still no fucking well, kind of curious because it's another Discode notebook. Oh look, it's the religious stuff again. The Son of God promised that he would be resurrected within 3 days. Hmm. And there's definitely still potential to launch something in this world. So, I don't think any chapter has gone past 12, I don't think, so we're probably getting near the end of 8 here. Hmm. Suspicious, suspicious.